Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. We're going to be checking out an awesome ZVP or PvZ here today, depending on which way you like to say it. And let's introduce the players. So up the top right side of the map, you're going to start off with TLO. He is 23 years old, from Germany, plays for Team Liquid. And yes, he's one of the most awesome players. From way back when at the start of Starcraft 2, he was getting in there doing all sorts of awesome stuff. And his opponent is going to be Mr. JYP. He is 22 years old, from South Korea, plays for Evil Geniuses. And yeah, I mean, he's one of the best Protoss players out there. So definitely going to be looking forward to seeing exactly how he does in this game. And ironically, we've got all that crazy Terran music going on in a PvZ game. So somebody didn't get the memo as to what races were going to be played here, but whatever. We're just going to let it go, and yeah, it should be alright. So let's see exactly what's going to happen. Not much at the moment. We got actually got a pull into hatch build coming out at TLO, which will give him a little bit, I don't know. I really don't know what the point of actually going pull hatch. I mean, if you've got somebody going for some proxy shit or somebody you think is going to go for something dicey, then pull into hatch is definitely safer, but it almost always never actually gives you any added benefit. Of course, you could argue that you don't really lose that much either. You get a faster queen and stuff like that off the first base, so it's not like it's a horrible move to do in most circumstances. It's fine. It doesn't really set you back anywhere. It's fine. But here we go. The probe coming out, scouts the third base, and it's going to see that straight away. So very, very fast third base coming out from TLO. And of course, JYP going for the expansion, knows he needs to keep up that expansion play if he's going to maintain the economy. So haven't really seen anything crazy. And hold on a second, I just need to take a drink. My mouth's getting a bit dry. It's actually the 5th game I've cast in a row today. I've decided to go absolutely nuts. I've got a work trip coming up in a couple of weeks, so I've got to make sure I get the games out in time. I've got to make sure I preload a week's worth of games in time for that work trip. So yeah, should be awesome. But yeah, let's see. Let's get the games out there. Let's see how we go. And TLO looks like he's just going for link speed, pretty standard. Looks like JYP, man. Is he going DT rushing? He is going DT rushing. I saw the fast Twilight. Where is he hiding it? Down here. Alright, where's TLO's vision? It's control 4. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, that's bad. He does not know about it. But man, that's messed up. Alright, let's not press that button again. He does not know about the DTs though. He doesn't know about the Twilight Council. So TLO completely in the dark about that strategy. And let's have a look at his possibilities. No lair being built. No spore crawlers. He's pretty screwed. He's got no idea the DTs are coming, because of course it's been built down here. He's not expecting it, and even if he suddenly realizes it, it's going to be ages before he can actually do anything about it. You basically have to instantly build spore crawlers at every single location, but of course by then, once the DTs are in his base, it's going to be far too late. Getting an overlord to do a scout, but that is not the area he needs to scout. And Link's going to try and run in, try and get an extended scout off. And oh, the force field. Brilliant play by JYP so far. That force field could potentially net him the game right there, because it stopped the Dark Shrine from being scouted. And I mean, TLO, he's going to start to go for the lair, but I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. The DTs are out there. He needs to build spores right now. Otherwise, he's going to be losing an insane amount of workers. And there we go. The DT's coming in. One for the expansion, one for the main. And now they're going to go to work. So let's have a look at the kill count here. DTs, 4 dead. Instantly, spore crawlers being created. But he's creating 2 at the main, so the DTs could potentially take care of all of these once the other 2 DTs show up. He's actually surrounding this one to make sure the DTs can't get in range. And that is going to be enough right there to defend this base. And the lair is just about finished, so almost certainly going to be seeing an Overseer. The DTs could still potentially take this base out. I think they should be able to. The Overseer is going to be taken forever. And the Spore Crawler, I don't know whether it provides vision before it's actually been planted down. I really don't know. No, it doesn't look like it until it's actually been planted down. I don't think it does. DT's going to try and do some other stuff, but no, it's not going to be enough here. The DT managing to get out of range, but there is an Overseer on the map right now, so managing to do some damage there. That hatchery going down, and a fair amount of workers did die as well. TLO still got quite a lot of workers, but that hatchery going down, man, that's a blow right there. That's quite a blow. And he's still doing it. He's got this third base going like an absolute crazy bastard. Moved all of his workers down there. So his income is not really going to suffer, but still, I mean, that's bad. At least he didn't lose a lot of workers. The DTs could have taken out like 10, 12 workers. And I tell you what, man, that is how you do it. That is how you defend against DTs. You build Spore Crawlers, you surround them with workers so the DTs can't get to the Spore Crawlers. And that is it. DT coming back here, but it's way too late. There's already a Spore Crawler. DT versus Queen, though. Maybe the DT could win that battle, but I don't know. It'd be pretty close. So, anyway, moving on. What is JYP got under his belt for his plan? He's got to be thinking about a third base pretty soon. And he's got to be thinking about some other stuff as well. So he's got a bunch of gateways. He's building a bunch more gateways. Maybe thinking about a 7-gate off 2 bases. That's an interesting play. I don't know if he's left it a little bit too long for that sort of play. There's not a lot of forces on the map for TLO, although he is changing it up quite fast. He's got 6 roaches. He's got 8 more on the way. And that could potentially be quite scary, especially against all of that Zealot play. I mean, JYP going for a fair amount of Zealots. And the Zealots are going to get owned quite effectively by the roaches. So, yeah, TLO's been knocked back a little bit by that great DT play, but he's come back with the roaches, and I think he's definitely got a possibility of taking out all these units. Of course, if JYP starts warping in a buttload of Zealots, then TLO might be in trouble. He might be in trouble if there's a lot of Stalkers. So, yeah, did I say Zealots? I meant Stalkers. But anyways, a ton of Stalkers come in, TLO's going to be in trouble because he's got no easy way of dealing with Stalkers. And there we go, 7 more Stalkers. JYP choosing to produce the correct units. Oh, he's burrowing here, man. That's a very sneaky play. The roaches are going to pop up any second. Oh, boom, there they go. And instantly, JYP, I didn't know he had blink, but apparently he does, and he pops back out of there. Great job. He needs some vision. Where is his Overseer? I don't think he actually has a robotics facility. So this is not going to be good right there because the roaches can just burrow everywhere, do whatever they want, use that micro to great effectiveness, and we'll see if they can actually take out this Stalker. There's so many Stalkers though, I really don't know if TLO can possibly deal with this many Stalkers, especially when there is blink on the way, but he needs that observer right there. The robotic facility coming out, but it's going to be a while, and the roaches actually starting to snipe some guys out. So finally, TLO manages to drive him off. He did not lose any bases to that Stalker pressure, and the roaches just refused to be wiped out. So I'm going to say fantastic job with the roach micro and balanced off against the Stalker micro. And here we go, the roaches coming on in. Going to get a beautiful surround off there, and the Stalker's trying to blink out of there, but now they are trapped. And I think that TLO has the roach numbers to deal with this many Stalkers. They're going to have to wait for the other blink to get out of there, but there's just too many roaches. Mothership Core warping to get out of there, and does manage to save a fair amount of them, but so many going down. And now he needs the robotics facility for a different reason. He needs to start chrono boosting out Immortals like you would not believe. Where is this robo facility? Where is it? There we go. He's not chrono boosting them out, man. You've got to chrono boost them out. You need Immortals desperately right now. There's so many roaches on the map, and they're all coming for your base. So chrono boost those Immortals out. He's building another observer. That's not the right decision at the moment. Oh, we will see. There we go. He's chrono boosting them out now. Another Immortal, come on. Is that Immortal coming out? Yes, it is. He's supply capped. Oh, please don't tell me he's supply capped. He is. He's totally supply capped. Oh, JYP, man. You poor, poor fellow. So, here he goes. The Immortal's coming out, but the roaches are at the front gate, and I don't know, man. The Roach is trying to do a little bit of micro to get away from those Zealots, but still doing a pretty good job. We got an infestation pit coming up as well, so probably going to be some infestors coming out fairly soon. No, Swarm Host is actually going for the ultra annoying to every commentator in the entire world build, which is of course the Swarm Host, because it just slows everything down. I'm supposed to be casting this. There's supposed to be lots of action. Swarm Hosts are like the opposite of action, man. They're just so slow. So slow. But anyway, TLO is going for them, and there's really not much that we can actually do about that. So we're just going to have to deal with it. And here we go. Might be going for a flank. The Roach is a bit out of position. They're starting to realise there's potentially a third base going down there. Stalker's moving in. The Roaches are going to be getting out of there, but of course by this point there is an observer out there. So Roaches getting taken out, getting sniped. And how many Immortals are in this army? 2. So that's enough for TLO to be a little bit skittish, but he's probably just going in there, doing some harassment, waiting for his Swarm Host to come in. And once the Swarm Host come out, he's just going to start whittling away on JYP's forces and eventually just try and wear him down. And we'll see exactly how that works. But for now, JYP is looking pretty confident. He's looking like he wants to go in. And I don't see this base lasting very long. If JYP actually goes in and decides to take it out, I don't see that base surviving. But at the moment, he's not. And the Swarm Host picking a great location on the high ground. They can send it out in any direction they want. Moving out, this Zealot is going to get a surprise, man. There we go, Locust. And I got to say, that was well worth sacrificing that Zealot. He may not have seen the third base. In fact, I'm not sure if he did, but he saw the Locust, and that means that JYP is facing Locust, and he knows how to deal with them, approximately how to deal with them. There's no real perfect way of dealing with Swarm Host, but one of the best ways is Colossus, and that is exactly what he's going to be going for. So he's going to be going for a ton of Colossus, like 3, 4, 5 of them. He's going to want to be going for a ton of them, and here we go, the Roach is actually coming out. The Immortal is just like getting absolutely owned by them, and that's the revenge for all of the other Roaches, all the millions of Roaches that were killed by Immortals over the period of time. So the Roaches coming around, they're looking for a third base. I know they're looking to run away, I guess. They did not want to actually be engaging that army. Here we go, the Swarm Host moving out, actually exposing themselves a little bit. But they're running around behind a wave of Locusts, and JYP is not ready to deal with the Locust yet. He needs to wait till he gets a few Colossus. And there we go, the Locust really chasing this army. They might actually take out something here, getting a few hits off on the Immortal. Roach is just sort of standing around, eventually managing to run away, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. And actually buying time for the Swarm Host to get up, and JYP cannot retreat from the Swarm Host anymore. He has to deal with them because they are, of course, in range of base killing right here. And yeah, the Locust is going to be keeping the main army busy while TLO sends his Roaches in to just try and deal with it. Force fields on the Locust is going to be a pretty good idea. Does JYP actually know the Swarm Hosts are right there? I think he does, because he's put down a ton of force fields to keep them busy, and now he's pushing in, dealing with the Roaches. The Roaches are going to get out of there, so great play there by JYP, putting the force fields to keep the Locusts at bay. The Locusts coming back in are going to be doing as much damage as they possibly can. However, I don't know, I think JYP needs to think about retreating right here. He needs to get those Swarm Hosts out of there. They're way too close to the front lines, and without Roach support, they're basically by themselves. So, trying to do it. It was a great plan to try and use the Swarm Host to keep the main army busy while his Roaches came in here, but JYP with some excellent force fields blocked the Locusts off and engaged the Roaches in his third base and managed to save it. So exceptional job so far by both players, really at the height of their tactical acumen, and we'll see exactly what happens in this game, because it's really down to the wire right here. We've got the decent number of Colossus out. He's going to want to build a lot more though. I saw just 2 coming out, 2 more coming out now. It's beautiful stuff here. And he's got to make this happen right now. Locusts have got to come in here. The Swarm Host moving over. Where's the rest of his main army? The Roaches all coming over here. That is not where you need to be. The main army is down here. I think this base is actually going to go down. I don't think that he can save it. There's just too many forces in here. Down it goes. And Mothership Core warping out, which is of course the best option to try and save as many of those forces as possible. Left a couple of DTs there, but they did get taken down by the Spore Crawler, and All I can say is TLO is lucky that he's got this 4th base over there, because if he didn't have that 4th base, he would be in income hell right now. He would have nothing coming out, but there we go. Great Aspire, Brood Lords, all that sort of stuff coming out. Very, very nice stuff. We've even got a Templar Archives coming out for JYP, so they're all going for the end game tech right now. Got some more Zealots coming out. Actually took out the Evo Chamber, and that is going to suck. I don't know if it was actually doing anything, but it's definitely not a good position to be in. So he's dropping down some more stuff here as well. I think that was just a spore crawler though, but here we go. Both these guys getting owned. Where is the air support? He's building some Corruptors right now, so that would be a good start. The main army coming out, and JYP not messing around with the spore crawlers. He has got 6 Colossus. He's only just now getting the Thermal Lancers, but once he gets those out, the Swarm Hosts are going to be a lot less of a threat than they previously were, because the Colossus can just completely own them all over the place. So yeah, that Warp Prison though, bloody annoying. That's a really, really annoying Warp Prison play there. And he's continuing to go on with it, continuing to do all that sort of crazy stuff. There's actually a Protoss statue, I think, there. Eee, very, very interesting. So here we go, the Zealots coming down. They are going to be wiping out this Queen. TLO has left a small cache of Roaches for choosing to just use the move command. And here we go. There's the engagement right there. Stalker's trying to get in, trying to do some damage. Love to get some Storms off on the Roaches. They're not the best on Roaches, but what else is he going to shoot here? And the Stalker's trying to make a go of it here. Time Warps on here, going to be slowing down the Locust. JYP, man, just coming out over and over again with the best ways to deal with the Locust right here. Time Warp and Colossus is by far one of the best combinations I've ever seen against Locust. Time Warp and Colossus, pure genius, absolute pure genius. We're going to be seeing some Colossus yanked over here, or maybe it's just some blue gas or green glass all over the top, but with the introduction of Brood Lords into the equation, suddenly JYP is like, oh crap, now I've got to deal with Brood Lords? What? So I don't know if he's going to be going for Tempest to counter them, or if he's just going to rely on his Blink Stalkers, but anyway, that's definitely another problem. And this Warp Prism, man, this Warp Prism, if you counted up all the kills that it's warped in units and actually done, it would have been insane. He's actually using the Locust to take care of these guys. That's nuts. Oh, he's finally taken care of it. I think he's finally going to get down with the help of the Corruptor. And, oh, the DT's taking out the Great Aspire, man. And I think this one's going to go down as well. What a play there. No, does he? Oh, it just survives right at the last second. And JYP moving in here. So he's putting a lot of pressure on a lot of places right now. And where are the Brood Lords when you need them? Because I think only Brood Lords can possibly save this base right here. The Mothership Core is looking a little bit dicey though. Only 1 actual health left underneath its shield, so that is quite crazy. But yeah, I mean, just going around, having a crack. Right now, JYP's army is looking very, very, very strong. And he's still going to worry about the Swarm Host, but with the Time Warp and other stuff, I think he's got quite a handle on the Swarm Host. However, the Brood Lords are definitely going to be something he has to deal with. He's got a Stargate. Are we going to see a Fleet Beacon coming out for that Tempest play? I think probably yes, because I don't think there's any other reason why he'd be getting the whatchamacallit. Maybe going for Void Ray counter, but yeah, I don't know. I know it's going to be hard for him to tech switch into Tempest at this point in the game. Yeah, it's going to be very, very dicey. So we'll see exactly if he does that or not. But here we go, the Protoss army actually coming in, getting some sweet Storms off on the Roaches. The Colossus doing a great job, but so many Roaches coming in, and with the Brood Lord support, I think this is actually going to be quite awesome. Although the Roaches are starting to fail, the Locust not doing all that much, and I mean, eventually, man, JYP just held it off. The damage, the level 3 damage, just so potent on a Protoss army. Because, of course, they're all got big attacks, so the level 3 boosted up by 2 each time. Not 1 each time, 2 each time. And it really, really gets that bonus out of it that other races don't generally see. So there we go, beautiful stuff, and he managed to hold off. All those Colossus doing a great job, and the Brood Lord presence just wasn't there. He had a few, but obviously the Blink Stalkers got in there, took him out, and look at this, the constant Zealot harass as well, taking out so many workers, really knocking back all of the tech. I mean, when he took out the Great Aspire with the DTs, genius, absolute genius move from JYP. And the Zealot harass, I'm going to tell you, man, I would not have liked to have been TLO in that battle, because that Zealot harass out of the Warp Prism would have had me breaking my computer. It was so annoying. But anyway, that has been this game. Congratulations to JYP for keeping it going, man, and coming out. And look at his expansions, man. He had a 4th base down as well. Really, really good stuff from him. So anyway, that has been this game. Thank you very much for watching this game. Stay tuned to another one coming up tomorrow. I will catch you guys then. This has been Hairy Muppet, and I hope you enjoyed this game.